trying that again. Had a false start with Half-Life because of some controller problem. Like my gun was shooting constantly without me managing it. We are at the blind point of this game. I played the first 30 minutes or so several times and never gotten further than that for God knows what reason. Now this is all fresh to me. I'm moving my oxygen all the way back here. Music too? Really? I have it set to 20%. Here, I can correct it real quick. Not in every game are they balanced to be that much louder. Flashlight. Jump. It's a bit of a yeah, I love this game's use of music in general, it's cool. So these supply boxes have stuff in them when you break them? Okay, that's cool. That's all that's up here though. Good way to teach you about shooting out the wooden supports there to get through, right? Guess I can move along this pipe. Don't think there's a thing that I can interact with here. Yeah. Let me try moving back along the pipe and see if it lets me get somewhere new. Four pistol shots for those things. Okay, don't move on the steam, it turns out. Can I sneak down here? Oh wait, here we go. Awesome. Love the level design in these games, man. It makes it feel like you're cheating. Although this looks like this was actually a secret. So Lambda location, it gave me a cheap for that. Presumably, right? There's nowhere else to go down here? Okay. Yeah, Valve making, like, killer apps for VR might be what finally convinces me to try VR. I think this is backtracking. Let me check. Well, maybe not. Whoa! Steam in particular is pretty great. CP violation. Not. He's. Yeah, I saw that in his AMA. Quite exciting. You guys actually want to be in that room. Gave you all. I think that was the subreddit he gave it on too, was the Gaben who didn't do like gaming or something. The Donald parody subreddit. That's a treat. Wow, that's a lot of little guys. The chain reaction there, that was cool. These are really good. I'm not sure. I can check. I may have put it on easy because I'm not good at first-person shooters. I don't want to reload excessively. Have to go down. Physics demo room number 12, right? It's interesting that that's like the thing they're showing off with this game, right? I want to get up there, but I don't think that I can. Alright, so the Half-Life approach to like first-person view ladders is not one that I've ever really been able to grasp. It's like you stick to the ladder and it's really hard to unstick. Is it possible to like stick to the ladder and then jump off of it? Really? So this is what I'm talking about feeling like you're cheating, right? This is probably the way you're actually supposed to go. It's brilliant. Oh, that's an optional way to get up here. Are you at full health? I don't need that shit. Ladder maybe? It's a way to restart from where we were at the beginning, but... So there's another location down there we can reach. Yay, water. Let's try this thing. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I'd have so much trouble. I don't really have the intuition for how the ladder's meant to control. So there's not an obvious path across there. Hey, thanks for the post, Kelly. How has the Witcher been treating you? Can I use this? I totally can. Nice. Ah, it's a water puzzle. Neat. How high up does the water go from there? Yeah, host alerts have been kind of zonked out for a while, especially with like auto host, that sort of thing. I know we've got several people that are probably gonna think about adding the Witcher series onto my voting spreadsheet. Used to fell. If you guys haven't checked out It's the Kellys before, she's great. Go to her channel, twitch.tv/itsthekellys. Underscores, spaces, and crazy stuff. Yeah, I've heard it's got some of the best side quests in the industry. Like, the side content is almost as good as the rest of the game, in a way that's even more true than a comparable game like Skyrim or Fallout. So it'll be interesting to play through. I gotta learn from your cooking show. I've talked about doing rigging up my kitchen with a cooking thing, but I don't know how to cook, so mine would be teach me how to cook, since I suck at it. Ah, this is a clever puzzle. Okay, I see. That's cute. Did you end up finishing all of the Soulsborne games, Kelly? I have often told the story about the one time you were fighting Orphan in Bloodborne that got glitched into a wall. It's pretty amazing. Come on. Do I need to maybe jump on it from something else? It's not as kind as I want it to be. These games also have this weird, like, you press crouch as you're jumping at a ledge. You, like, climb on top of the ledge. It's in every Source game, I think, unless if they specifically disable it. Nice. Oh, Last of Us is another one I need to play. That's really cool. Can I move this thing in some way, maybe? Jeez. It's like you jump on it and it sends you launching for some reason. Yeah, I agree. There we go. First try! Demon Souls is really good. It's kind of fun to go back to Demon Souls after having played the rest of them and kind of see like how early these ideas were percolating with Miyazaki and the team. I think
We've got this,
it's aged
Marstead.
pretty well.
Where? Ow. Where? First try.
Definitely has some niceties missing from the later games. It kind of has the Bloodborne consumable healing approach. Dark Souls 3 is great. Looking forward to that. Fitting into the series. Hello. Oh, man, hit me twice? Some kind of crowbar moving Freeman? What is this shit? Yeah, so it takes you a while to get through 2. 2s are a really long game in comparison. I think 2 is probably the longest Souls game by a wide stretch, especially with the DLC. Each of the 3 DLCs is about as long as the Dark Souls 1 DLC, which is fairly robust. Just speedrun at Kingsfield. 15 of the 45-minute Kingsfield speedrun. I'd like to check out Kingsfield. I hear that's a game that hasn't aged quite so well. I know that it's seminal and inspiring Dark Souls, right? Sawblade robots. Oh, I see, baby. 5 shots. Okay. Manhacks? Gotcha. Who earns? Oh well. Shit happens. Is it a Geiger counter? Is that like that I'm near poison damage or something? I think I've heard that noise earlier. Lambda locator, achievement progress. That's a cool thing to try to go for. Find all the secrets, I guess. Headcrabs. What's up, dude?
Hey! You're Freeman, aren't you? We got word you were coming. You got here at a bad time.
Black Mesa East to Station 6. Do you read? Dr. Freeman is on his way downriver. Lend him the airboat and give him all the help you can. Repeat.
Black
Gordon
Mesa
Freeman
East.
has returned. It is critical he reaches Black Mesa East.
Better get going now.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was like a flavor thing in this game or if it was actually representing... Like, I wasn't sure if moving into that stuff would kill me instantly or would damage me slightly. Follow the lambda caches by following the lambda signs. Makes sense, Brewski. Oh no, my mouse is dying. Hold on one sec, guys. So just take a second. Wondering where my aim is. Shitty. Right, yeah. That's just how radiation works. Die instantly when you're affected by it. Actually, a really cool story. You can look up. It's called the Demon Core. It happened at the lab that my wife Andrea works at, Lanel, during the Manhattan Project. I think if you Google Demon Core, you'll find a Wikipedia article on it. There's also a movie with John Cusack that features it. But basically, they had these like 2 hemispheres, highly radioactive metal, And the idea is that if you let the hemispheres collapse on top of each other, it would cause a chain reaction and release a ton of really dangerous radiation. And they had a machine that was, you know, keeping the hemispheres separated, but it wasn't getting them as close as they wanted it to get. So they used a screwdriver to like hold the gap in between the two hemispheres to keep it from clamping down like that. And the guy holding the screwdriver slipped, fell down. He like immediately tossed chalk to everybody in the room and marked where they had been standing. He knocked it apart so that the reaction couldn't continue. This poor guy. Sorry, dude. Could have helped you if I had noticed you screaming sooner. I wasn't talking about the Demon Core. I really like the Headcrabs. They're much more, like, frightening in this than they were in Half-Life 1. The Half-Life 1 hasn't aged anywhere near as well. Everyone, I think there was one where everyone died. There's the one where he knocked it away. He, like, saved the lives, or at least prolonged their lives significantly by knocking it away. But he definitely died. So I think that Andrea said she had a safety training about that at Lanel. Just gonna give you an example. Oh, headcrab zombies. That's fun. And they're like super strong. It's a really cool way to introduce these. We saw them earlier, the friendly headcrab in the cutscene. Then like you have to deal with them alone, and then you have to see what happens when they actually adhere to you for long enough. Having the first one throw a barrel at you, brilliant conveyance. Yep, no worries. I am always one to host and run. I'm tired at the end of streaming. You have a good rest of your day. Thank you. Catch you next time. Thank you again. Always a treat. Hello. Excuse you. Yeah, right. Exactly, prop. I think this might be, well, the fact that this is giving me resistance, this might be the way I just came. Yes, this is definitely the way I just came. Okay. Generally, the game doesn't make you struggle against its, well, they really don't want me to go back that way. Roger. I'm surprised that didn't happen sooner, to be honest. Cool way to do that. Seriously though, the Half-Life series is like Conveyance the series. They're so good at level design, it kind of draws your attention in the right way, introduces mechanics to you in a really organic way. We saw with the, how does this lightning shit work? Is it a thing that I can disable? Maybe not.
Show, don't tell.
Oh, that's the problem. I don't think there's anything I can do about it. That's... Thank you, suit. Can't disable the power yet. Don't think there's a place for me to jump up. Really? Oh, maybe there is. It's not as bad as I thought. Is this not a real roof? Am I not really supposed to be able to climb on this shantytown? Possibly not. It doesn't look like it lets you progress there. Can't open this. They're trying to teach me not to move through this, I think, right? I mean, I could end my life here and just try running through. Oh, okay. That's all we had to do. Run through the lightning room. Have you popped in from Kelly? Welcome. I'm Marstead. I'm trying to beat every awesome game You can see the list of games I've played so far at games.marstead.com. We tend to play through them and then move on. Playing Half-Life 2 is actually blind. I know that's criminal for someone who wants to beat every awesome game, and I haven't played this one. This is like in the top 20 all-time on Metacritic or something, right? This game? Both important and good.
Freeman, I've been hoping you'd show
And
up.
has aged well.
Got this airboat all gassed up and ready to go. It's gonna
Thank
be
you.
tough dodging city
Airboat.
protection out there in the open, but drive hard and you'll make
So
it.
this is like a cutscene, or do I
No
actually get to
help from
control this
Station
thing?
7. Just a few bends up the river.
I control it.
You'd better get going now.
Okay. Oh, thank you for opening your shantytown gate. Whee. So I don't get a gun while I'm doing this. Cool. Yeah, I didn't even know this was in the game. Realize it had any vehicles. We have to open this gate, I'm guessing. That's right, there are no cutscenes. Sometimes it'll like put you in a situation where there isn't any meaningful progress you can make, but you can still look around and just. There we go. Yeah. With the way the camera angle changed dynamically there. This part probably underwent a lot of testing to get it to feel right. Highest scoring PC game of all time on Metacritic. Sure. I don't know if any games will ever, like, saw the Lambda symbol there, ever really be competitive again, like mentioned earlier in this atmosphere of reviewers being a lot more critical because they have such a backlog of amazing games. I think you'll start to see an average rating decay, fewer people willing to give perfect scores to something like a modern Ocarina of Time. Thank you, X's. Oh, thanks, dude. Appreciate the supplies. Appreciate it. Get on this thing? Oh, is this a physics puzzle? I have a feeling this is a physics puzzle. Okay, so it's a ramp that I have to adjust here. I feel like Breath of the Wild is a better game than Ocarina of Time. And what's the Metacritic score for it right now, right? It's not... Ocarina, I think, has like a 98 or something ridiculous like that. Ocarina is probably a more important game, so it's likely deserving of that rating. Yeah, by modern Ocarina of Time, though, I mean like a game that is comparably revolutionary, right? Not so much, Oh, did I already get this thing locked into position? Is that how this works? No, here we go. Thought I saw a barrel that I could put on here. Check out this. No, I'm stuck. Right, no, you raise a good point, because it was this game that came out when there was a significant perspective shift. You go from 2D to 3D, and you ask, how do we make games work at all, you know, in these settings? And Ocarina of Time says you do Z-targeting. And then every game since then has borrowed that idea, done some version of it. This guy can't carry these, okay. 99, 97. It seems pretty fair. Although I don't think that the reviewers who gave Ocarina 99 like were prescient and knew how much it was gonna change the shape of 3D action games. Does this game adjust the rate at which you get ammo and things like that based on your need. I don't remember if this was a game that was early enough to start doing that. Or it was too early for that to be a common thing. That's 2 of those. Oh, maybe I'm supposed to go down here? I assumed it would be a place where they would get caught, right? And then this... It might need to be here. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell. Let's get them to float upward. Let's try that. Physics hype. Cool. That's neat. Yeah, I think Portal kind of set a standard for a really short, concise puzzle game that has kind of been mimicked since then. A solid, you can beat this in a sitting experience, you know. And Portal 2 is quite a bit longer, but I think it still manages to nail what Portal 1 is all about from a feel and atmosphere perspective. Down we go. Hello. Okay. That makes sense. I get it. Let's save real quick. Sure, there's an autosave button, but I don't want to risk it. Probably need to get a bit of speed here. That's cool. It's just like the physics of the ramp that gets you up there too. It looks like this shit's meant to keep you from trying to climb up here without the boat. This is a cool segment. It's crazy the transition too, right? We go from fairly cramped urban environments, small level design to these huge levels. Oh, come on guys, I'm not moving fast enough to knock you over. There you go. That didn't go so hot. We're going to use this ramp over here, right? First try. Yeah, oh, that's fair. Is it meant to be that when I press left, the thing turns right? I guess it's because I'm turning the handlebars. Okay. Feels weird. Yeah, I'm using an airboat in Santa Fe, New Mexico. I appreciate that prop, as long as you're not jeopardizing your education. Maybe it's the way the camera behaves, like here, or just the physics of its motion. Like right now I'm pressing right, right? Turning this way. So there's got to be a switch we can access here somewhere. Open that door. Probably up here where this dude is hanging out. Very high elevation desert. Yeah, airboat, you'd probably go off the edge of a canyon, never be seen again. That sort of situation. Try this door. I like that they went for doors having or not having handles, that you know if you're able to open them.
We now have direct confirmation of a disruptor in our midst. One who has acquired an almost messianic reputation in the minds of certain
Messianic?
citizens.
That's me.
His figure is synonymous with the darkest urges of instinct, ignorance, and decay. Some of the worst excesses of the Black Mesa incident have been laid directly at his feet. And yet unsophisticated minds continue to imbue him with romantic power, giving him such dangerous poetic labels.
Oh, I'm the king of
as the
romantic
one
power.
free man, the all citizens of the dangers of magical thinking. We have scarcely begun to climb from the dark pit of our species' evolution. Let us not slide backward into oblivion, just as we have.
I'm not sure Breen's a fan.
To see the light. If you see this so-called free man, report him. Civic
I do really
deeds
like
do
this
not
approach
go
where you just kind of
unrewarded,
see these as you're
and
going. You can stop if you
contrariwise,
want to or move on.
complicity with his cause will not go unpunished. Be wise. Be safe. Be aware.
Be wise, be safe, be aware. Got it. That sucks. Shit. I didn't know that was happening. I thought they were just kind of like, you know, fining people in this weird pseudo-fascist dystopia. Like, hey, you gotta pay a couple bucks. Come with us. Not, hey, we're gonna remove your face. Shit. Scared the shit out of me. One reason I prefer controllers. If you get spooked, you don't do that, right? Alien Isolation is gonna be fun when that wins on the voting spreadsheet. Yes, yes. Manhacks, we said these are called? Well, the bladed robots are just to scare people. Didn't really get any sense of impropriety. Yeah, that's not so bad, though. Get your tubes tied. People do that on their own. People do not, as a matter of recreation, get their faces removed, though. Just talking about, you know, different degrees of fascism. Hey, he done it, screwed him. Can you not? I don't think I approached that the way the game wanted me to. I think that was incorrect. I think I was supposed to take cover or something, wait for him to run out of ammo, maybe. About to die. Get to this thing, maybe. No, I'm so close to healing! Don't be such a dickbag! Plays Monster Hunter. Oh yeah? How do you choose the turret part? This name. A super. Google Deepbot quotes. Probably find the syntax. The game is telling me something here, and you don't try to turn that thing right now. I need to bring a different valve to it, maybe? Oh, that works. Haha, physics. That's cool. I wonder to what extent there's scripting that occurs, like, you know, after you shoot the barrels, the door is guaranteed to open in case there's some kind of wonkiness with the physics, the door doesn't quite snap open, you know what I mean? Or if it's really, they're just that confident that the physics will work fine. Everybody? All done? You can carry a jar at it and it won't shoot. That's funny. Yeah, there you go. What are you meant to do there? You're supposed to, like, do this and, like, hide as you move forward. Oh, it can fail? Could you soft lock then if it fails? It seems like that would be kind of sucky. A lot of things that aren't Leroy, yeah. Maybe normal is the better difficulty setting for this game. I don't even remember setting it. Maybe it defaults to easy. Computer helps you aim. Huh, I guess that just means that if you like shoot around somebody, it might register a hit when it shouldn't. You can always turn it back up later if that makes it too hard. Just trying to avoid excessive reloading, especially since I don't think this game autosaves terribly frequently. At least not at the level you'd expect from a lot of modern games. Oh, hit those boxes. Sometimes have upgrades. We wanted to go up there, maybe? I feel like this segment probably feels really good if you catch the conveyance on your first pass. But like if you get grabbed by one of those, the sucker things with the tongues that are hanging down, or if you went the wrong way and missed the ramp earlier, it's probably fairly frustrating. Right? Talk about that with like Uncharted as well, which is also a game with great conveyance that can put you on these long, really exciting courses like this. Where as long as you make it on the first pass, it feels dangerous and exciting, but if you die a couple times in a part, it gets annoying and you can like start to see the matrix behind the level design. Quick save, you mean? And just see what the button is. It's been different in every game I've been playing, so. Someone wants to Google source engine default quick save button, would be fine. Very helpful. I think it auto saves whenever you get to one of those loading screens. 2 not responding, don't crash. There we go. Phew. Yeah, so like sometimes when you're turning, like when you stop after moving for a long time, the steering goes the opposite direction you might expect. I don't know what's up with that. Oh, there's a rope. Isn't there? But not that kind of rope. Oh, it's a physics puzzle. How did I die? I don't understand what just happened there. I guess I shot too close to the metal and the bullet ricocheted and hit me in the leg. F6. Thank you. It's a more interesting puzzle than just shoot the rope, but... Hooray! Surprise. Supplies. Go in there. Oh, alt fire on that gun is a grenade launcher. Gotcha. Thanks, E10. I think I was like going to hold right click to try to aim to look at it more closely. But I don't think right click lets you aim at the sights in this game. Guessing they want me to still bring the airboat? Is there a way for me to get it over here? Ropes are impervious to bullets, duh. Yawn intends to fix it. Do the needful. I like this too hipster for iron sights. Okay. Got it. That's a cool segment there with the door closing partway through, right? Thanks for the follow, Gist. Welcome. Come on. Yes, yes. Yeah. Shoot. Let's see how it is. The name is the person who said the thing. There's a door over there. Let's go grab that. That is a comically oversized padlock, but it stood out. That's another thing where I wonder if like they did playtest. I know that Valve does a lot of playtesting and adjusts their level design accordingly, so I could see that having a tinier lock and then being like, we need that bigger. This thing is like recoil for days. Lots of damage though, it looks like. More noticeable on normal, I'm sure. Magnum. One of those guns that in real life it's kind of silly to have one. It's like you don't really need that much stopping power and the recoil is going to break your arm. So they're showing off kind of weapon. Yeah. No continues, my friend. Howoo. That's better. Oh, I can sprint. Thank you. That uses aux power, I think. It wasn't available until after I got the suit, right? Or something. These guys are assholes, you know? I like that their light changes color as they're approaching death. I'm gonna die here, that's okay. Try it again. Want to reload during a battle. It's been fun playing Metal Gear again, and that's why I should be quick saving with higher frequency. It set me pretty far. Die, dude. Because that makes perfect sense. Shooting me. Alright, try that differently. I have never played Fahrenheit or Indigo Prophecy. Those are from the same people who did Heavy Rain, right? They sound really good. Oh no, not in general. Because sprint is meant to be like superhuman sprint. Enhanced sprints. Weapon switching? Yeah, I can agree on that. I don't think you can use a scroll wheel, can you? Let's quick save. Hey, there was some health in here the whole time, you know. Oh, I didn't realize they were the same game. Gotcha. Gotcha. Wasn't it banned on Twitch for a while, or am I thinking of something else? Because it had some sexual stuff in it. Because, you know, that's bad, apparently. Violence isn't. I know that Heavy Rain has a little bit of that, too. It's pretty tasteful for the most part. Like, yeah, the nudity is the reason you should ban Heavy Rain. Not that one scene, that if you played Heavy Rain, you know which one I'm referring to. Where are these guys coming from, man? Over there, apparently. Shit. Whee! Probably don't want a quick save here with 18 health. We'll get through that last segment. More smart. Hello! Yeah, if I need to swap weapons on the fly, I'm gonna take some damage. Probably have the right gun out that I want. Gotcha. So does Heavy Rain. Really good. Oh, it saved my game there anyway. Interesting. Come on. Oh, come on. There we go. Yay, Magnum! Hey, telling me something. I get worried when they restock you like this, right? I like how there's a little indicator how full it is on this unit itself. That was worrisome, but we didn't actually crash. Thought we were going to. Not the best place to stand, it turns out. Combine death sound. Hello. Hello. Whoa. Calm the hell down, guys. What do y'all think you're doing? Should be how I get out of here, I think. And I think there's a shortcut for me to just drop down out here too, which is nice. Running, 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 running. Yes, 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 yes. Shooty, 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 shooty. God, I'm turning backwards again. I don't know what causes that. The revolver is pretty great. Magnum. I said go around. You said go beat Season. That's a cute strategy. That's... I made a bad decision. Whew. It's a cool little challenge to deal with, little Mayan, that was neat. Pudding. It is too bad with this game having as many loading screens as it does. I guess this was before we started to like create sections of levels that were primarily to preload stuff. I know Metroid Prime did that pretty early. I think God of War had one of the most novel approaches to it. Certainly didn't invent the concept, but I think God of War did it really well. I like the sound effects those make. Jak and Daxter handled it too. Cool. You just want to make sections of level that are natural feeling. It's hard. Yeah. Although the load screens in Breath of the Wild, when you do encounter them, are fairly long. They're not, like, bad, I would say. Yeah, even, like, you'll see players do those crazy tricks with stasis to launch themselves across the map, or have you seen people who build the flying machines? That's pretty crazy. I guess if you're doing an all-shrine speedrun, you need to build a flying machine. Can I not get back up there? Maybe I need to go along the bottom and try it. You go really fast across the map in one, and you'd think that it would have trouble with loading stuff, but it doesn't. This is what I mean, though. I guess if you don't nail this on the first try, it feels wonky. Yeah, Google Breath of the Wild flying machine. It's manipulating the magnesis physics and minecarts. Yeah, that could work. Your long upcoming subblock. Come on. And they brought some of the Monolith folks from Xenoblade Chronicles X onto the team for Breath of the Wild, didn't they? If we just nailed this the first time it came through here, it would have been a lot better. Yeah, great. I am doing this right? I gotta launch over the edge of this thing. There we go. I guess that part could have felt faster if they hadn't have blocked you from climbing the side of the pipe on the end. Maybe the majority of players didn't have to bother with that. Don't crash. God. White screen. Good job. Keep it up, Val. Great moves. Proud of you. I need to be moving faster through this. Be able to break these. Presumably. Back to feeling cool. Exactly. It's a risk versus reward. Like, you know, you can make it so it's impossible to fail it, and then it's basically a cutscene. It's not cool. So it's hard to get that. You gotta sacrifice that some players are gonna get stuck on a segment and not just breeze through it in the first pass and get irritated. Because it's a lot cooler for the players who do work for it and get most of it on the first pass. Might be right? Not sure. I saw this enemy which drew my attention over here, but there's nowhere else to go to from here. It's probably down that way. How does the alternate fire on this thing work? Does it just consume bullets or something? Or is it using actual grenades that I picked up separately? Ow, ow, ow. Whee! Whee! Don't fly! Aww, that's a bummer. That's a bummer, man. Just right there. I'm gonna lose more health picking it up. Okay. Flew right over it that time. Yup. I think I got like 10 net health there. Separate ammo. Hello. Save. We got about 5 more minutes of Half-Life 2 and we're going to start the next Patreon subblock game. Today is Darkest Dungeon. In progress. Last Darkest Dungeon session was pretty productive, which makes me worried about today's. Did I just knock it? Okay, that's fine. Hey, we're at max resources. That's very exciting. Probably go out the other side, right? There's just a place to restock along the way. Shit. Oh man, no, it steers the wrong way sometimes. I don't know what causes it. Right now, left is left and right is right, but once you're already turning too much, it does the opposite of what you expect. Whoa! That's pretty cool. That's pretty sweet. That just happened. It wasn't a cutscene. Right? Ah, Half-Life, and there's scripted events. It's the thing that Half-Life 1 did that was revolutionary. They've been telling me not to come into this thing, but it looks so... with all these lights and everything. I don't know if it's just when you're reversing. Yeah, maybe. I think it's like when you pull too far to the left, eventually it starts treating left as right or something. Or it's like if you keep holding the button mid-reverse, maybe that's the problem, then whatever steering it was set on stays that way until you let go of the button and press it again. Hello. That was a good placement of the Headcrab zombie. Suitably creepy. Just gonna be like a physics puzzle of some kind. It is, okay, cool. That is a suspicious platform. It has a washing machine on it. Everyone's favorite FPS upgrade. I don't know what that's actually accomplished. Other generic heavy shit on there. There we go. Oh no! There we go. Huh. So it caused that to sink, and made this into a ramp, which I guess lets me go up here now. With the airboat? Probably. That was cool. Tomb Raider 2013 and Rise of the Tomb Raider both do some really cool physics puzzles inspired by this sort of thing. They're much more, what's the word? Not segmented. They don't fit as naturally into the game world. It's like you get into a tomb and it's like, okay, now you're in a physics puzzle level, right? Whereas I feel like Half-Life 2 just kind of seamlessly integrates them into the main game.
Hey! You're Freeman, aren't you?
That's me.
I wouldn't believe it if I couldn't see with my own eyes. Dr. Gordon...
Sorry, I'm stuck. Driving like an asshole over here. Dr. Gordon Freeman. Heard that you can't drive airboats and slam them constantly into walls.
Gotta move out before the Combine picks us up. We're just getting ready to pull out.
We better hurry.
Yeah,
Tear down this camp and get out of here.
pretty different.
Greetings to the Freeman.
Oh, the
Come on
Freeman.
in. I'll show you what you're up against.
And that puts us at time for Half-Life, so let's go ahead and save. Make another save file just in case. And we'll pick up from there next time if you want to keep it on subblock. Otherwise, this would be a good game to add to the voting spreadsheet too. Yes, please. I'm going to take a few minutes to switch to Darkest Dungeon and grab something to drink. We'll be back soon. Thanks for your patience.